Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to focus on acing that interview. An interview can either be the best thing that ever happens to you or the worst. What people don't know is that you have the power to decide the outcome. Every time. It will all depend on how much you must have it, be it a visa, college admission, or employment. The basics of interviews are the same. First, we need to look at the preparation for the whole process. Then we're going to look at managing the process. And finally, how do you end the process? Most important, you're eating before the interview. Some foods like carbohydrates and heavy starches can overload your system and reduce your concentration. You must be alert all the time. Eat a simple, healthy meal with lots of vegetables and fruits beforehand. Don't overeat or undereat. You must be well hydrated. Drink enough water. Honestly, this is not the time to go out and try new or spicy foods. Make sure you don't go hungry either. Secondly, follow up to find out the appropriate dress code. If in doubt, do some research. Ask, make a phone call. Avoid screaming colors or overexposure of skin. Just try and stick to neutral tones, and you can never go wrong with smart or if allowed, smart casual. You need to really find out the best thing to wear. Then you need to look at your etiquette before the interview. You need to be alert. As you walk in, you need to wait to be seated. Don't just walk in and take a seat anywhere. Wait to be welcomed in by your interviewers. Make sure you listen carefully. Observe your interviewer. Keep your answers at an appropriate length. Please don't ramble on and on. This is a big turnoff to your interviewer. Don't try to show off. The panel will know after just a few sentences your actual level of knowledge and your experience in the area. So be yourself. Next, we want to look at your personal presentation. One of the most important things you need to remember in an interview is to be punctual. This is going to be the first indicator or the first impact of your personality. How punctual can you be? Make sure you give a firm handshake. Have you carried all the proper documents that you needed before this interview? Make sure you have all the documents. Exude confidence, okay, by maintaining proper posture. Always try to maintain eye contact. Don't do things like chewing gum or twitching or fiddling or anything that's going to distract the interviewer's attention away from your interview. So be relaxed, but at the same time, make sure you're alert. Make sure you've read up on the interview. All depends on what you're being interviewed about. Make sure you have your knowledge. Make sure you've studied. This is like an exam. You're being tested. So you need to have studied. You need to speak intelligently and from a place of knowledge. You can only do that if you read up on the process. Read up and be prepared. It will also add you a great deal of confidence. Then we come to the real heart of the matter. How is your own exposure? How do you manage yourself, your body language? This is the key that many people don't realize about interviews. Controlling that space. This is the big secret from when you walk in that will help you to be successful. Okay? Take charge of the space. And I don't mean taking charge by speaking out or being bossy. What I mean is your attitude, your stance, your body language, the way you walk in, the way you sit. All this will let your presence command the space. How do you do that? One way that really works well for most people, that they may not think about it, is by visioning. Before you go for this interview, see yourself as the ideal candidate. See success. Vision yourself in that position. Vision yourself with a positive outcome. When you walk into that room, remember those visions. Okay, you're in your happy place. You're in your comfort space. You're being a lion without necessarily sounding like one. Okay? The combination of all the previous slides, what you've eaten, how you've presented yourself, how you've prepared, your posture, your mannerisms, your etiquette, all this is going to add up to how well you are able to command that space. Finally, you must have faith in yourself and believe in yourself for this all to be successful. Okay, so now you've been interviewed. Okay, you've answered all the questions. What next? Finally, the questions are over. But the interview is far from over. You must be still careful about your communication, your body language. You must make a graceful exit. As you stand, remember, thank all the interviewers before leaving, addressing them directly as you look at them. This is not the time to start fumbling with your handbag and your clasps. This is the time now to show them that you really appreciate the opportunity. And the last but not least, please try to make sure you do not slam the door on the way out by mistake. Shut the door carefully, ensuring that you're not disturbing the people inside or creating unnecessary noise. Finally, as you've walked away from your interview, you need to look at the follow-up issues. Okay? If you have their contacts, and depending on the rapport that you were able to generate during the meeting, during the interview, you might want to send a thank you note by email. Within the first week, you don't wait too long on this because then it becomes stale. So within the first week, you could send a thank you note to your interviewers and just tell them, thank you so much for this opportunity. You really appreciate the chance that they've given you. And in case they need any further information, they could reach you at this and that number. Don't go over the edge, or start begging for the position, or start trying to canvass and find out ways that you could get in. No, this is just a polite follow-up email to show them that you appreciated the effort and that you are available for more information if necessary. No kind of pressure of any kind should be exerted. At this point, you're probably wondering if you got the position, the job, the visa. But true to word, if you have been able to follow all these instructions before the interview and prepared yourself well for it and envisioned yourself with a positive response, walked in and were able to command that space, I can assure you, you will get that position. Thanks everybody, and stay tuned. I'll have more of such videos coming out to help you with your personal presentation. Thanks and bye.